Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Nobody gets hacked. To get hacked, you need somebody with 197 IQ, and he needs about 15% of your password, right?
He got hacked. It is everything he says is a lie. Every damn thing. Every damn thing. This is a very simple one that we pulled out of one of his speeches last week, where Donald Trump was talking about Steve Scully from C-SPAN, who said he got hacked. Now, Steve Scully did not get hacked. He said he got hacked because he had sent a one-line tweet to Anthony Scaramucci saying, should I respond to Trump? And Steve Scully was supposed to have hosted, moderated the second debate, which Donald Trump walked away from. He quit on it, just like he's quitting on you, just like he quit on the people in Omaha last night. But anyway, he decided to tell people not only that Steve Scully didn't get hacked, which would be true, but he always has to lie. So he said, nobody gets hacked. You have to have 197 IQ and 3/4 of your password. Last night, the Trump website was hacked. Oh, yeah. It was hacked. Now, the spokesperson, this Tim Murtaugh lying piece of dung that goes around the networks and lies for Donald Trump, he said, we're working with law enforcement authorities to investigate the source of the attack. There was no exposure to sensitive data. Well, it's the Trump campaign website. Of course there's no sensitive data. But they say, they defaced our website. What exactly can you put up on a Trump campaign website that would be uglier or more insulting than what's already there? I mean, if the hackers, had put up some crazy policy saying, COVID is over if you want it, it couldn't be more offensive than what Donald Trump puts up on that website, because they did say COVID is over, they said. It's over. And they're listing it as one of Donald Trump's great accomplishments in his first and last term. I'm not kidding. So he lies about things big. He lies about things small. He lies about everybody and everything. And all along the lying road, he whines and complains, and he's always the victim. Everything happens to him. Why? Oh, woe is me. Why is it happening to me? Poor me. So the sick part is, I'm sure whatever the hackers put up there was more substantive in terms of information than anything Trump has said or done. They were looking to generate cryptocurrency is what they were doing. It was one of those. They were taking a survey. Like, we just took all the sensitive information from this Trump campaign website. If you want it to be released, send us cryptocurrency. And if you don't want it to be released, send us cryptocurrency. Swear to God. And then we'll compare who sent the most cryptocurrency, and we'll do whatever those people wanted us to do in the majority. And Lindsey Graham was like, you can do that? Show me how. I'll put up ads telling people in South Carolina that Trump is a kook and a bigot and a xenophobe. And I'll put up ads saying Trump is the best president ever, and whoever sends me more money, that's where I'll land. That's what I'll do. Fox News literally cut Lindsey Graham off last night in the middle of one of his begging episodes for money. Right in the middle of saying, Lindsey Graham, bye-bye. They just cut him off. So it's true. Donald Trump literally did these things. Just yesterday, he declared the end of COVID as an accomplishment in his first term when America is experiencing, and I don't even know, I mean, I do know what to call it. This is not a third wave. We're still in the first wave of COVID. What we've had are spikes. And every time we go into a spike, we start at a higher level of the population being infected. And so now we're in a third spike of positivity and infection and hospitalizations and, yes, death. We're in the third spike. And in the past 3 days, 500,000 people have been diagnosed with COVID. Hospitalizations are way up. You know what the positivity rate in Wisconsin is? It's almost 30%. It's 28%. You know what that means? That means 1 in 3, nearly 1 in 3 who's tested has it. And he's declaring it's over. And he thinks he's going to win Wisconsin? What is wrong with him? What exactly is... And last night, okay, he was in Omaha. Now, you know, Nebraska is one of those states, Maine is another one, that actually awards its electors, the slate of electors, by congressional district, let's put it that way. And so Omaha is separate and apart from the rest of Nebraska. So Donald Trump went there trying to troll for this one single vote, for this one elector. Seriously, this whole thing last night was to try and get one elector to cast a vote for him in the Electoral College. Anyway, he got there, and it was cold. And he was complaining about how cold it was. He was saying, oh, it was cold in Wisconsin, and it was cold over here, and it was raining over there. But it's really cold here in Nebraska. It was cold. When he got there, it was about 32 degrees, which is right at freezing. And by the time he was done, it was in the 20s. So what does Donald Trump do? Because, you know, he's the chief of planning. The man can plan. So what does he do? All right. It's like so on brand for Donald Trump. He gives his stupid lying rally where he complains about, you know, and then he goes back to Air Force One and he flies away in the warmth and the cocoon of Air Force One, all warm and toasty, and leaves all of his supporters on the tarmac of an airport without any transportation back to their cars. They had to be bussed in because of the part of the airport that this rally was held in. There's no parking there. So they had to leave their cars about 4 miles away in a parking lot. And buses came and took them to the site of the Trump rally. And when the Trump rally was over, no buses. 30 people needed medical attention. Oh, yeah. 30 people needed medical attention. The rally was over at 9:30. They were out in the 20s. The weather was the 20s. Now I'm a New Yorker. I know cold, okay? That's bitter cold, okay? It's cold. And that's with no wind. 30 people needed medical attention. They were out there from 9:30 till after midnight waiting for transportation back to their cars in 20-degree weather. Some people just said, all right, we're just going to walk it. So those who could walk it, walked it 4 miles back to their car in 20-degree weather. This is so on brand for Donald Trump. He's doing it with COVID. He's leaving people to suffer and die. He's leaving people to be sick or become sick. He's having these super spreader events all over this country, all over. And then he leaves people who have just risked their lives in the first place to attend a rally that does not comply with COVID-19 safety procedures. So they've already put their lives in danger for this guy because they're part of the Cult 45 death cult. And then their autocrat, their dictator, flies away in comfort and warmth while the rest of them are left on the tarmac freezing for hours. That is the best metaphor. It's not even it happened. That is the Trump brand. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.